Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday. It's 4:07 p.m. and you're joining Logical Excess. Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough, episode number 48. I can stream for a long time, as long as I want, 8 hours straight, though I probably, most definitely will not do that. That's a little overkill. However, an hour and a half, 2 hour stream is in order. Weekends here. Weather could be better here. It's a little wet, a little rainy. Was considering traveling this weekend, but decided not to do it today because the weather was not permitting that. I mean, it's never a good idea to put yourself out there on the interstate in bad weather, low visibility conditions, because it gets dark now due to daylight savings time. So yeah, unless you absolutely have to, don't do it. Don't take the risk. You can only control pretty much factors that you have direct control over. Personally, things like your vehicle, you know, whether the tires are inflated, whether you have gas in the vehicle or not. But you can't control what the other people on the road are doing. You can't control what drinks they're drinking, if they're drinking, if you know what I mean. So always play it safe, kids. And on that note, we are ready, guys. We are ready. We are ready to venture into the wilderness. See, guys, we have been waiting a long time, and we're finally here. Started from the bottom. Now, we're here. Where's this road? Wrong way. Right way. Wow, what is this? New Karja settlement?
Her name is Elizabeth Sobek.
You spying through my focus again? Well, go on. What do you know about her?
Stay on your present course, and before long, you'll know her as well as I do. Make it better, but be wary. Maker's End is crawling. If you deal with them, I've left some useful equipment just outside the ruins. Your focus will show the location.
Who is he and how does he know these things? He said Elizabeth Sobek. What kind of name is that?
Excuse me. winds howling, right? As Geralt would say.
Just a little adjustment. Ooh, a new quest. Quiet now.
Apparently I've been here before? I think maybe I have. Looks familiar.
Let's see you catch us.
Yeah, the hell with that thing. All right. Let's go ahead and get this tall boy out of the way, or tall neck, excuse me. Tall boy is an alcoholic drink, right? It's a beer.
I'm picking up another sound.
Why are they attacking?
I must be closing in on this.
Huh.
The right kind of corruption. need to find a way up to the Tallneck's head. Let you call for help. Should have brought a cart. Sun's headed for the west. Keep my guard up.
Dalgard on FZ. Interview. Dalgard opens up about Far Zenith a little. February 28, 2061. Oswald Dalgard never stopped smiling. Before last month, the Danish tech wonder kid was known primarily as the creator and CEO of Allseeing.Holo, the world's most popular holofilm sharing device, but for the past few weeks, Dalgard has been the public face of Far Zenith, the self-described futurist consortium responsible for reviving the Odyssey colony ship project. Oswald seems an unlikely spokesman for a shadowy group of billionaires, but maybe that's the point. He is bright-eyed, handsome in a nerdy, rail-thin way, and endlessly enthusiastic. When I arrive at the All-Seeing offices for our interview, he glances behind me as if waiting for a holo camera crew to swarm my wake. So this will be published as text, an article. He speaks English with barely any accent at all. I nod and his smile impossibly widens. That is just incredible. Really, real super quaint. I love it. Oswald's countenance may be exuberantly inviting, but the organization for which he serves as mouthpiece is anything but. To date, he is the only publicly acknowledged member of Far Zenith, which claims to compromise 77 of the world's wealthiest persons. It's more fun this way, don't you think? Asks Oswald. The mystery, it's what you would call it. It's stagecraft. Far Zenith is as much performance art as it is a functional futuristic endeavor. Although it is that as well, I can tell you that there's nothing sinister about it. We are devoted not only to extending humanity's legacy beyond the solar system, but also to making the world sexier, I suppose. More interesting. Far Zenith is science and transcendence, but it's also fashion. Rock and roll, you see. Well, no, I don't, but I don't tell Oswald that. Instead, I ask him a question that's been on the minds of a lot of people since Far Zenith purchased the unfinished colony ship. If the combined efforts of the US, China, India, Japan, and the Western European Alliance couldn't finish the Odyssey, what makes Far Zenith think that it can? Ah, he says, here's where I get to blow your mind. Very exciting. We are not interested in escaping a dying world. For us, this is not an act of panic or, adrenal survival reflex. The Odyssey under the stewardship of Far Zenith will be a triumph, not a retreat. This is why we will succeed, why we already have succeeded, really. Oswald makes it hard to press for answers. His answers are labyrinthine, but something in his tone and his body language makes them feel downright linear. How much of this is a put-on and data corrupted?
Full already. Keep that for later. Should be able to jump onto the tall neck from here. All right. Now I just have to reach its head.
Here we go, guys. An overridden tall mag.
Can't carry more.
You're not staying long, I assume.
Oh, this is the Shadow Carja. I figured they'd be a little more hostile. The Forbidden West. Expeditions into the Forbidden West. Reader, if you would know of the Forbidden West, there are none more qualified to be your teller than I, the considerate Udain, healer of Blazon Arch. Why? For I yet live, unlike the Outlanders who gasped or shrieked the tales that follow. Foolhardy Blazons and madcaps all, they were brought to me near death, poisoned, mortally wounded, or driven witless by what they had experienced in the lands beyond the Daunt. With such wounds, it was all I could do to ease their pain and try to make notes from their ranting. As the sun shines upon me, I cannot vouch for the full truth of these tales. I only hope they will satisfy your curiosity and turn you from the path that led these imprudent explorers and daredevil trekkers to their deaths. Though each account differs, it is certain that the western lands are most unlike our own. Some cross deserts of palest white, others deserts of the color of fire, or even limitless sweeps of blue sand that seem to reflect the sky above, broken only by the remains of ancient machines. Others spoke of vast prairies of tall grass, each blade sharp enough to draw blood, dotted with shivering black flowers, or incalculable plains of dried mud, cracked like a great mosaic at night. Unknown animals watch with glowing eyes, and strange birds, all the colors of kites and fireworks, chitter and call out in men's voices. Most extraordinary of all are those reports of a lake 100 times the size of Daybreak, so wide the far shores cannot be made out, and so deep that an entire city of the ancients stands drowned within. The water is sour to the taste and sickening, and it is said to rise up and push back against those who attempt to cross. It would seem that dead cities without number have been consumed by the shifting dunes in the west, their skeletal towers mired in seas of sand. The wind is heard to sing a low, mournful song that through these ruins or through the skeletons of vast metal birds now fallen, or over great metal bowls now filled with depths of black water where fish dart like shooting stars. That song of ruin rising from a hum to a howl still haunted these men and women as they thrashed and sweated in unquiet sleep. But though the western lands are harsh and even their beauty hides dangers, it is not the land alone that swallows up all who venture within, that inflicts the brands and wounds suffered by those few fortunate enough to return. Oh yes, all have spoken of new machines in the west, machines more strange and terrible than any found in the Sundom. With their fingernails, dying witnesses have scratched out impossible shapes, or if they still possess several limbs and vocal organs, mimicked jerking movements and imitated awful sounds, all belonging in the throes of madness. And what manner of men can live where the sun goes at night? These tales were the most chilling. One spoke of drinkers of machine blood, their lips and tongues stained, their teeth replaced with metal. Another described youths as pale as ash, all wearing the same faces, who hunt silently and tirelessly in the night. Still another told of a tribe, seen only from afar, whose folk busy themselves digging deep pits in the sand only to fill them in again for unknowable reasons. While another tribe was only glimpsed on the waters of the great lake, riding their thin, dark boats. Oh, son, a half of me regrets scribing these stories, for they inspire questions that can only be answered by yet more doomed expeditions. And yet I must tell the tales, for what else remains of these poor and wretched men and women? If they sought riches, they found none to bring back, nothing save a handful of black silt or a curiously stamped piece of metal. A chunk of desert glass with shifting hue or an odd smooth shell. I have kept all these things to remind me of those who went in search of the forbidden and paid for it dearly. Reader, if you think yourself an adventurer, heed the warning in this old man's collection of strange small things, and go not into the Forbidden West. Well, damn. That really discourages me from exploring the Forbidden West.
Don't stride around like you own the place, Outlander. Sunfall is your true card.
If you cause trouble, you'll find... yourself in the Sun Ring, Outlander. You're among the faithful. Show some respect. The only thing this ceasefire will accomplish is prolonging our exile. Remember your place, stranger.
Don't try anything. You won't find us nearly as lenient as the apostates. Bit of advice. You're either useful or you're in our way.
So you're either useful or you're in our way. So it's basically you're either with us or against us, right? Well, There's really not much anything of interest here, honestly. Jeez. Wow, I'm getting sleepier than I thought. Damn.
You're among the faithful. Show some respect.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get it was beyond this illusion. I'm sorry, never had. Masquerading as a man, masquerading. What the heck?
Stocking up.
Masquerade is the art of the season. Guys, I wanted to stream for an hour and a half, but I'm telling you, man, I'm getting a little fatigued, and it's hitting me kind of hard here. I might end it here as soon as we get to this next save point. I guess that's all that's here. And that's all that needs to be here. It's not like I need much of anything else. I mean, I'm not max level, but I've got like some of the best weaponry in the game, best gear in the game. Alright, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it, guys. I am about to fall asleep here. That is a sign that I need to get some rest. I need to get some rest, in case you weren't able to hear all that while I was yawning. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So, we don't have much left for exploration. I mean, this is a smaller area than the Nora hunting grounds were when we started. Mother's Crown. Huh. And then we got the Frozen Wild. So let's take a look overall completion of this game. We should be in the high 80s, I believe, right? 80s? No, not high 80s, low 80s. But that's decent. So guys, I'm going to end it here. This is going to end episode 48. I think I'm really about going to take a nap. I might have to power nap for about 3 to 4 hours, and if I feel up to it, I'll stream again a little bit later tonight. It'll be episode 49, guys. Peace out. Enjoy your weekend.